When there's a dangerous situation that no human can handle, who do you call? Well, China has developed a real danger bot for high-risk industrial operations, marking a significant advancement in applied AI robotics. Designed for hazardous environments, the robot can perform welding, inspection, rust removal, coating, and other maintenance tasks, reducing the need for human exposure to danger. It was demonstrated at a chemical storage tank construction site where it successfully operated on vertical metal surfaces using a wheeled chassis combined with electromagnetic adhesion for stability. The robot features a humanoid upper body with 15 degrees of freedom and dual arms. Weighing around 90 kilograms, it maintains secure attachment to metal structures while remaining mobile and adaptable. Unlike single-purpose systems, it supports interchangeable tools for rapid task switching. Powered through a cable system, it can operate continuously without battery constraints. And when your design needs to overcome constraints, you need the right components. That's why engineers turn to Mouser Electronics. ABB CE3 Emergency Stop push buttons feature a compact design with a 30mm mushroom actuator and red or black options available with or without illumination. They support multiple release mechanisms including twist, pull, and key code 455, offering flexibility for various applications. Built for durability, these e-stops provide dustproof and waterproof protection with IP66, IP67, and IP69K ratings. A self-cleaning contact enhances reliability, while compliance with key safety standards ensures dependable operation. Designed for easy installation, the ABB CE3 Emergency Stop push buttons deliver an all-in-one solution for automation, industrial, machinery, and automotive environments. Check them out today by visiting Mouser.com or by clicking the link below. Everyone needs a daily dose of education. That's why we present David's Corner.
Thanks, Andy. Did you know that one of the most common ways to start three-phase motors is by using a motor contactor? Now, motor contactor inside has 3 mechanical switches, mechanical meaning that they physically open and close. On the outside, there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with this one, but that mechanical opening and closing of the contacts can cause some hidden damage inside. Let's take a look at what happens when we open one of these up and see what we get. When I take the lid off of this partially disassembled motor contactor, we can see that inside there's a whole bunch of this black dirt. That dirt actually is carbon scoring from arcs or sparks that happen particularly when under load, which means voltage is applied, the switch is open and a large spark is created every single time the switch contacts open and close. Inside, on the metal pieces, we can see this buildup of that black carbon even worse. One of the problems that comes from this carbon is that it increases the resistance between the metal contacts. Increased resistance means an increased voltage drop, which means that there's going to be more heat. So what do we learn from this? Well, with all electromechanical contactors, we need to be sure that we understand that we can't just install them and then just let them run forever, especially if they open and close frequently. Make sure to test them regularly, testing the voltage across it when it's closed to see if there is any voltage drop. This would indicate more and more of that carbon buildup on the metal pads. Sometimes they'll require more frequent replacement, and be sure to know when the service intervals are so that your equipment doesn't fail prematurely. By using the tools to troubleshoot and test these contactors, you can make sure that your equipment doesn't fail at the worst possible opportunity. Andy, back to you.
Thank you, David. All right, it's time to adjust your knowledge gains in our Smart Bit quiz with our 3 control automation questions. The questions are scored using actuator output percentage, and today we'll be testing your knowledge on drone flight control and stabilization. Let's begin with our first question worth 25%. For stabilizing a quadricopter under wind disturbances, which control approach is more robust? Is it A, cascaded PID loops with outer attitude and inner rate control? Or B, open loop motor speed control? And the answer is A, cascaded PID loops with outer attitude and inner rate control. Cascaded PID control uses feedback at multiple levels, allowing the system to reject disturbances and maintain stable flight. Let's go on to our next question worth 25%. When estimating drone orientation in real time, which method is more effective? Is it A, gyroscope integration only, or B, sensor fusion using a Kalman filter? And the answer is B, sensor fusion using a Kalman filter. A Kalman filter combines gyroscope, accelerometer, and sometimes magnetometer data to reduce drift and improve accuracy. Okay, let's move on to our final question worth 50%. Which control strategy is best for trajectory tracking in dynamic environments? Is it A, model predictive control, or B, fixed throttle mapping? And the answer is A, model predictive control. Model predictive control accounts for system constraints and predicts future states, enabling accurate trajectory tracking. Want to try again? Just click the link on your screen and be sure to check out our other Automator's Edge videos for the latest in control automation.